is it that a palette comes out during the holidays and I'm doing a video 3 days later and I already feel like it's been blasted all over the internet, and I feel late to the game, but whatever. We're going to do a couple of looks today with the new Moonlight Ethereal Eyes from Makeup by Mario, and just do some kind of life updates. You know, while I have it, I wanted to go ahead and pull the original Ethereal Eyes from 2, and then last year they re-promoted it Christmases ago, so you could see the difference. And you can tell the original Ethereal Eyes is much more neutral. I always thought it was kind of neutral slash slightly warm. This one is, I would say, neutral slash very cool. Both beautiful palettes with those super finely milled shadows that sometimes don't translate as well on videos because they're so finely milled, but then you go out in the sunlight and they look really beautiful. So let's start. I've already done my brows and I did my Refer number 2 moisturizer, the summer one, because it's still kind of warm here. And I'm going to grab my Rare Beauty primer. These are really pigmented shadows. I did a swatch video with them the other day that I put out, or I think I may be putting it out this week, and they are incredibly pigmented, so you want to be really careful with them. This is going to be a busy week because I have my Pat McGrath. It's finally due to come in this week. I have the new Natasha Roxa palette, which I'm not a big purple person, but I am excited to see how it turns out. I was such a fan last year of her holiday Xenon palette, and I wasn't expecting to like that. So let's see. Let's do one look kind of very blue heavy and then one kind of gray and mauve heavy. So on this side, let's do a blue look, and I'm going to start with this color here. They don't name their colors, so this is number 5. And I'm just going to work that into the crease and above the crease because I have hooded eyes. It's a pretty color. It's very, like I said, pigmented. This is kind of just a very neutral tan kind of color. Let's see. So I have some big news. You know, a few weeks ago I posted that I was in a bit of a depression because of work and the way work was sort of treating me and our office. Well, I have accepted a job with another employer, which is going to have to cause me, at least for a while, to move. So I found a little studio apartment that's fully furnished, and I'm just going to lock up my house for a while and try it out. It's going to force me to move about 4 hours away, so it's still close enough if I need to get back over here. But yeah, I've lived here for 20 years, so it's a little bit bittersweet. But of course I'll have to take my makeup, so I'll continue to do these. But yeah, it's bittersweet, and I'm a little terrified, but I'm also excited about a new opportunity. Let's go into this brown color down here, which is number 9. And it looks like just kind of a neutral. It's got a little bit of warmth. I would not say this is warm though, and I'm just using my Sonia Krushik brushes. But it's a pretty color. Okay, as it goes on and kind of works out, it's less warm than I thought it was initially, which I like a lot. I like the fact that they have committed. I'm going to take some of that original color and just blend out the edge. I like that they've committed to a true cool palette. I'm going to go in with a smaller brush and get some more of that brown color and pack it on that corner. So yeah, I, as an adult, have never really moved out of this city that I live in. So I'm a little nervous, but it's a much bigger city, so I'm excited about that and the possibilities. That's pretty. So we'll do more kind of a brown and slatey gray kind of color look here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my Pat McGrath Intensify wand. I don't notice a ton of fallout with these, but just in case, and I really want to get it. A lot of these don't have a lot of pigment under them. They're ethereal eyes, so they're supposed to be kind of light and ethereal, and so this will make them kind of stand out more. So I'm going to go into number 4 up here. I'm going to go into number 4 up here, this gunmetal color. And this one's a true metallic, and it's a very deep metallic, but there's nothing particularly sparkly about it. It's just a beautiful gunmetal gray, finely milled metallic. And put that on the outer kind of, you know, half over, but leave some of that brown over there, because I don't want to go too dark. Now in the center, let's go in with this one here, which would be number 7, which is a really beautiful gray color. When I was swatching this, I noticed how beautiful it is. It's taupey, but with silver and kind of goldish sparkles. Really beautiful. That's just a really elegant color combination. These two down here, so this one's more of a gold and this one's more of a gray, but they're pretty similar. Because we did the brown on the outer edge, you know what, I'm gonna actually mix these a little. I'm gonna do this one first, and then I'm gonna put this one on top of it, just to bring in a little bit of the gold since we did the brown on the other side. And I'll just do this with my finger since I already swatched it. I don't like wasting. And I'm just going to run that right over to that center color, and then I'm going to take the gold and just kind of top it a little bit. Whoa, that is a very sparkly color. And I'm going to bring that over a little bit. That is really pretty. Now the brown over here, I'm going to go back in and darken this up a little bit. And because it is so smoky, go back in with that medium color a little bit. I'm actually going to take that gunmetal gray and move it all the way over to the edge and blend it in with that brown a little bit more, so it's not super harsh. That gunmetal metallic is a really pretty color. It's dark, but because it's not super sparkly, it can kind of work and blend out over here. I have a little fallout, but that's why I waited to do under eye makeup. Let's go ahead and do the other eye, and then we'll come back and do the bottoms after we do concealer. So on this eye, we're going to do something that's a little bit more blue centered. So I'm going to grab this color up here, which is this beautiful kind of pinky mauve color. This is like my favorite color in any palette. It's number 3. And I'm just going to put that through up here. Okay, that is a beautifully pigmented color. Yeah, that's nice. A lot of kickback on these, which is not a bad thing. It's just, you know, you want to make sure that you're tapping off your brush. That's nice. I keep a little dish like this one I got from H&M, and what I do is I just tap my brush, and that's what collects the powder when you have products that have a good deal of kickback. Now on this one, let's go in with this gray color over here, number 8, first on the outer corner here, this outer third. That's a pretty color too. It's just kind of a dove gray, very neutral. But of course we'll cool it down in a second with the blues. Yeah, that's pretty. So this blue is very pigmented. I noticed number 11 down here. So I'm going to take just a little bit at first and work it in on that corner into that gray. It's a very pigmented color, but it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. This is going to be a very dramatic look over here, I guess. So yeah, that looks very nice. Let me grab my Intensify wand. And for this one, this is really the star of the show here, which is this icy blue. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take that blue again, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to make this kind of a bit of a halo eye. Yeah, that's nice. And I'm going to do that because there's a color in here that I haven't used yet, which is kind of a duochrome, this one here. And I really want to try that. So what I'm going to do is take this color here and kind of bracket it into the blues there, and then put this multi-chrome kind of bluey silver color in the center. So this is just a nice kind of taupey gray color. And I'm going to work that into the blue. This one's having a little bit of trouble adhering. I wonder if it's because I decided to do the halo eye and put the blue down and then put the Intensify wand and then put powder on top of it. I bet that's it. The Intensify wand works really good on metallics, but on powders, it's just gonna make it a little sticky. Yeah, that seems to work. So I'm gonna take this number 2 here, which is this duochrome, and put it in the center. Okay, that is beautiful. And work it into that silver color. So yeah, I'm nervous about this move and all. But I know that it's close enough to where my friend, you know, that I have here can visit. And my best friend, it's not that far from them. And, you know, it's always interesting to learn about a new place. The irony, of course, is I've never been to this place that I'm moving. But it's an up-and-coming city, from my understanding. Okay, that is beautiful. That turned out really nice, and that one color did start to adhere nicely. So I'm gonna do the Tear foundation today because I haven't done it in a while. But for a concealer, that Tear has a good amount of coverage. So I'm actually gonna grab the Urban Decay Quickie here and do this as my concealer. I haven't used it in a while. Okay. Go back in with that original brush that I used for my eye primer. This will look a little funny, of course, at first, but once I get the foundation on later, it'll look fine. Because those blues and everything do have a little bit of fallout, it is best to do this after you've done your eye. Yeah, that looks nice. So I'm going to go back in. On this one over here, we started with this kind of tan color. So I'm going to grab that and just run that along the bottom. And then on this one over here, we started with this kind of pinky color. I'll run that along the bottom. I think I'm going to keep this kind of gray gold one over here. Plain on the bottom, you know, no sparkle. I think it works better that way. Although I am going to go into a little bit of that gunmetal color just on the corner to merge the two together. That is dramatic. On this side over here, I'm going to mimic what I did on the top. So I'm going to grab the blue and kind of make it match up. Grab the blue and do a little bit of a halo. And then just repeat the pattern that I did with a little bit of the gray underneath where I did the gray and the multi-chrome in the center. And I'll clean that up in a second. But I like that blue look. I actually want to intensify the blue a little bit. So I'm going to go in again. I get scared of like these dark blues. But I know from like my, what is it, subliminal palette, they turn out nice. Like that's very cool. Okay. So along the, under the eyebrow, I'm going to do number 1 here, which is kind of a satin. It's not a true matte. It's also a little powdery. It's not a true matte like some of the other mattes in here. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it. But it works really nice for inner corner or for under the eyebrow to clean it up, because I just tweezed a second ago and you know it can get a little red looking if you don't clean it up. Okay, so now we need to do inner corner. On the gray side, let's just grab this kind of gold color here, and that is number 1, 4, 4, 4, 6, and put that in the corner here and in the tear duct area. That's pretty. Actually, I'm going to grab some on my pinky. For some reason, these adhere better. Yeah. I think it's because they're so finely milled. That's really pretty. I love a smoky gray, like gunmetal-y eye like that. On this blue side, obviously, I'm going to grab this number 2 here. And I'm just going to carry that up a little bit with my finger. That looks nice. Yeah, that's really beautiful. I like the original Ethereal Eyes. I've never liked any really about the other Mario palettes, so I've never picked them up. But the Ethereal Eyes and this, and I know that like the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude is very similar to the Ethereal Eyes, and I bet if she ever does an I Need a Cool, it'll probably be very similar to this one. And I think that the formulas in those are probably better. The thing that I really like about these Makeup by Mario palettes is they're so small, they're really easy to travel with. So let's do liner and lashes, and then we'll finish up the face and all that goodness. So, on the blue eye, let's grab Navy Noir by Victoria Beckham. God, her liners are so nice. And I saw she came out with a new color I'm excited about. Kind of a purpley color, which is going to look really good with that Natasha palette, I bet. I'm actually going to run this along the line, the lash line a little bit, up here at the top. Not overly precise. Yeah. That looks nice. On the other side, let's do a gold. I'm going to grab the Victoria Beckham in Gold Lame, which is really pretty if you've never tried this color before. And it's going to really bring out the gold sparkles in that one top coat. I think it's number 5 in the Mario palette. Yes, I know my hand is covering my mouth, so I probably sound really silly. That's cool. If I would have done like a gunmetal or a black, or you know, that would have looked really nice, but it would have darkened it up. This gold kind of lightens it out. It's giving like very 70s YSL vibes. Okay, so let me grab my trusty Rephr curler. And bring these up just a little bit. I'm gonna do, I think, good old-fashioned YSL. You want to do YSL? You know, the blue that YSL has, I love, and I use it a lot. But I wish that they would also come out with like a truly like dark navy. Because this blue is gorgeous, but that's not the right color for this look over here. A navy would be great. If I could find the right one, that would be very helpful, YSL. If you would put like a sticker or change the color, that would be really great. So this is just my plain YSL Lash Class, my favorite. And this is in the Noir, the black color. It just does such a good job. Yeah, that looks nice. If I do say so myself. If I do say so myself. If I do say so myself. Oh, strong on that. Oh, that's Drunk in Love. I was like, where is that from? Okay. Drunk in love, we be all night. Woo! Yeah, those look really good. Two different looks. We have more of a bluish kind of halo eye here with that beautiful multi-chrome. And then over here we have a smoky gray, gunmetal-y kind of gold. I love mixing gunmetal and gold, and that's what looks so beautiful here. Okay, so we're gonna go with some Tier products today, because I haven't tried them in a while. This is the Tier Ceramic Milk. This reminds me a lot of the Natasha Denona primer. And of course this is much more affordable. I'm not saying it's as good, I'm just saying it reminds me a lot of it. It has a very similar consistency to the Natasha Denona one. And it provides a good base for that incredibly viral Tier foundation. It's a pretty, I mean, it's a pretty primer. So I'm going to grab my Tier Red, and this is in 21 Neutral. And the little pup. I can't ever decide if I really like this foundation or I don't. But we're going to try it today again and see if we like it. I mean, I like the amount of product you get from just one application, you know, from like one little touchdown. You have to be careful and tap it off on this thing over here because it gives so much product. on this little sponge thingy. I see people online who just put it on like this and it looks perfect. I do have to go in with a brush and kind of clean it up. And I'm going to use this opportunity to clean up a little bit above my concealer where some additional blue had fallen down, or the gray, you know, when I put the bottom on. And I'm going to get it off over here and do the same thing. I know they just had another like Amazon Prime Day, or they're supposed to have one. I can't remember. Right now everything's a blur because this has all happened so fast in my life. But anyway, I know that these go on sale for that. Okay, that's one thing I don't like. This little thing slides off some. I also have the Tier, just the foundation that's in the bottle. I might actually prefer that. I can't, okay, that's ridiculous. It works well for application, but I am a brush person. So let me grab a brush and smear this product out a little bit. That little puff keeps sliding off my fingers. I'm kind of a glowy foundation person, and this one to me looks a little bit dry. Though I do find when I put the spray on in a minute, that kind of revitalizes it. So I guess the verdict on the Tier for me is I like it, but I don't think it's like the greatest thing in the free world. And if you're like, well, it's such a good value, I mean, it is compared to luxury, but like the L'Oreal True Match is cheaper and it's a really good value, and that almost feels like a luxury product. It's probably the best drugstore product. Okay. So we need a little contour. I'm going to grab, since we did cooler, I'm going to go ahead and grab my Dior contour stick, and this is in shade 3. It is darker than my Westman Atelier, but I just have to be very careful with it. But I grabbed it because I always get biscuit in the Westman Atelier, and I wanted something just a little bit deeper in this one. And since we're doing a darker look anyway, you know, cooler, why not? So I'm going to grab this and bring this on. This is a lovely product. I prefer the Westman. I feel like it blends just a little bit better. But this is a really nice one. Nonetheless, it's a beautiful product. Phone is blowing up. Oh, that's Bestie. Okay. Yeah, that looks nice. So for a bronzer, I just want something kind of subtle, and so I'm gonna grab, where is it? Let's see, I should have prepared. I'm gonna grab Nude Honey by Pat McGrath. Wow. I have never had that happen. I opened it and it is broken. Maybe I dropped it or something, I don't remember. But I have a replacement Nude Honey, but I can press this back in. It's not that bad. Why is my alarm going off? Oh, because I was taking a nap. Okay. I've been traveling a good amount, and I have to travel a little bit this week too for work, well, my old work. And so I have been so tired that I was taking a nap earlier today. Well, that is disappointing about that bronzer, but I will fix it. I just need to repress it into the pan. I'm actually going to take that same brush with the bronzer on it and just grab a little of my Pat McGrath under eye setting powder just to set in this area here. There's no reason to dirty a brush. I just wiped this one off before I did that. Okay, so that looks nice. Now we need a blush, and I think because these are so cool toned, I'm gonna grab, where's my favorite? Come on, don't hide on me. Don't be difficult. Rosy Beige from Gucci, which is just the perfect neutral. And I'm gonna take the same brush, I just dusted off again, and grab some of the Rosy Beige. I love this blush. I mean, I love all the Gucci blushes, but this one is such a good color in the fall and winter because it's like a tawny. West Atelier has a stick product that reminds me a lot of this color-wise. I think it's Mimi. A little bit across the nose. That's nice. Okay. Is it weird that I say that's nice when I put it on? Like, I would hope it's nice. I picked it out. Now we need a highlighter. Let's go with an indie brand that I like a lot, which is the What's Up Beauty. This is Safari Sunset. And I'm going to grab the narrow part of my foundation brush that I brush off. And just grab a little bit of this. I don't use What's Up a lot, so I want to try to use them more, because they do have cool products, and their palettes are really nice. They didn't come out with one this year, but I think they have one coming. I know that Dragon Eye one from last year was a big seller for them. Okay, so for lips, what do you want to do? What goes well with cool tone? I'm guessing like a nude. So I'm going to grab, actually, you know what I'm going to do? No, you don't, because you're not here. I'm going to grab my Tower 28 in the darker one. This one is Tower 28 in Work of Art. And outline. This is a kind of nude, but it's a kind of a little bit deeper than my normal lip color. And if we're going to do cool tone looks, why not do something dramatic? My lips are so chapped, so I don't think I'll be taking any close-ups of these lips. And then I'm going to grab my Fenty Beauty, and this one is in Spiced Cold. I think it's like the second or third darkest, but it's kind of a tawny, rosy brown color. I would have done like a matte, like a Prada or something, but my lips are so chapped and I didn't think to prep them like I should have when I started the video. But oh well, shit happens. Okay, that looks really good. So we have the bluer eye, we have the gray or gold eye. So we have the bluer eye and we have the gray gold eye. I'm going to finish it out here with the Tier Mask Up Fixer. And I actually find that this does help blend everything together, but it also helps a little bit with where it feels a little dry. It does help to refresh it a little bit. And it's a pretty good setting spray. Like, stuff is not moving when you use it. It's not like the one size or whatever, but it's pretty damn good. Okay. I think that looks really nice. So there's a little update on what's going on in my life. I will post some pictures after the video. And then, like always, please like, follow, subscribe. I'm on Instagram and YouTube, Unsolicited Eyevice, Eyevice. And again, if you are interested in any of these products, please use my shopping links down below because it really helps my channel and it doesn't cost you anything. And I hope you like the looks. I gotta say, I'm a big fan of these Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eye palettes. Are they changing the world? No. But do they create beautiful looks in a small compact size? Yeah. And for that, I really like it. So again, Unsolicited Eyevice, follow, like, tag, all that goodness, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you again soon, hopefully with more life updates before the big move. Bye.